Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell. Make sure you're not missing anything that we got coming out. And today we're going to be diving into the King in Black Thunderbolts issue number 2. Now if you haven't been keeping up with the King in Black line, check out the link in my description that'll get you completely caught up on everything King in Black related. Now we last left off with what was remaining of our Thunderbolts team making their way to Ravencroft to meet up with Norman Osborn, the Goblin himself. And with that being said, let's dive into this issue. So getting into this issue, we open up at Ravencroft, and we have Star, Taskmaster, Mr. Fear, and Batroc, also known as the Leaper. And as they're walking through here, they're seeing a ton of cells with individuals they don't necessarily know, like Inquisition, Throat Puncher, the Night Scrubber, kind of no-name individuals that we haven't really seen that active within the Marvel Comics. And so these guys are here under the assumption that Norman Osborn can do something for them, can help them in some way. And this is where they go into a back room, and Mr. Fear is sitting here kind of talking bad about Fisk, not realizing Fisk is on a computer screen in the room, overhears this, and tells Taskmaster to punch Mr. Fear straight in the face. And so Fisk tells them that Taskmaster's in charge. He's going to be running the operation, and so everybody's going to give him whatever support he needs. And then Fisk tells Taskmaster to clear the room for everybody except Norman. And as Batroc, Star, and Mr. Fear sit outside, Mr. Fear runs into an individual that he recognizes, and it's Figment. And Mr. Fear wants to break Figment out, but everybody tells him that it's a bad idea. And Batroc even gets to a point where he gets physical and puts Mr. Fear on his butt real freaking quick. But this is when they are interrupted with a giant explosion. And looking up to the sky, they see a symbiote dragon that crash landed into the building, caving in the rooftop. And with this dragon crashing into the building, symbiote goo starts to spill all into the building. And this is where we see symbiote start breaking open doors. And so our team, against Fisk's orders, decides to mask up and bring the fight to the symbiotes. And this is where we get a super awesome shot of Taskmaster. The artwork in this issue is absolutely phenomenal, and I am loving all of it. And our Thunderbolts are really laying waste to these guys. We are seeing just how capable they actually are and how powerful Star is. And there's some banter going on between everybody as they're battling all of these symbiotes, and Taskmaster tells everybody to just be quiet and head for the garage. And so Mr. Fear takes point, while also noting that he did say that they should release some people so they weren't in cages, though he couldn't have foreseen them being taken over by symbiotes. Just in hindsight, it looked like, it probably would have been the better option here. Now, there are still some individuals that are locked in cages that have not been taken over by symbiotes, and Star refuses to leave without freeing them. And so Taskmaster reluctantly agrees to this, but says that they're going to have a discussion about it later. And with that, they hightail it out of there. And this is when we pick up on the road. They seemingly made it out of there and hijacked a bus. And we see them run over a symbiote deer, or possibly elk. Regardless, we've been seeing symbiotes literally take over every form of life that is out there. And so they have some kind of plan. Something that Osborn cooped up, but they're not really telling us what it is. But they're assuming that Star can find this individual, because whoever it is gives off a tremendous amount of energy. And so the logic here is that she can track that energy source with her powers. And so Taskmaster kind of throws her out of the back of the bus, and she goes up and she tries to sense where this individual is. And Batroc, he suggests that they run, but Taskmaster tells him there's literally nowhere to run to. The entire world is being taken over. And this is when he wonders why they're going so slow. And he goes up, and Mr. Fear's driving, but he's doing 10 under the speed limit. And this infuriates Taskmaster. He goes to try to take the wheel from him, not realizing that the bridge and the road up ahead has been smashed away. And so they go flying down, but for some reason they're stopped. And Mr. Fear looks under the bus, only to see Star literally carrying the bus and getting it onto safe ground. But this severely drained her powers. And this is when they arrive at Jones Beach. Wherever the energy source is coming from, it's coming from somewhere around here. And so they see a pair of legs. A pair of legs in the brush. And wondering if they're even going to be able to convince this individual to help them, they grab his legs and pull him out, only to see that it's half of Century's body, because Knull had literally ripped him in half. But the plan wasn't to get Century's help. The plan was to use Century's body as the help, because his body is storing so much energy inside of it that it's literally a ticking time bomb waiting to be detonated. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Honestly, I really am enjoying the Thunderbolts from the King in Black line. This has really been a lot of fun. It was really unexpected that it was going to be this good. And the artwork in this thing is just so freaking phenomenal. Like, it is literally top notch. You know, I'm really excited to see this close out. Them using Century's body as a bomb is literally a brilliant idea. And I'm really excited. Hopefully that this last issue isn't going to be a lackluster and it's going to be going out with a big boom. No pun intended. But yeah, with that being said, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, check out Comic Breakdown and more podcasts if you're enjoying all this content. Available on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And until the next video,